Hello everyone, good morning all of you. This is Ashima Shukla, your current affairs and banking awareness faculty on Entri platform, and in this session we are going to talk about all the major news events that have taken place in the past days, and we will also be talking about a few questions that can be framed from the news events that we are going to talk about today. After that, if you still feel that you need to practice more questions, you can practice them via the app, for which the link is in the description section below. Now, starting on the discussion of news events, the first news event is that as per the government's data, 40,009 crore rupees grant has been released to states or union territories under Jal Jeevan Mission in the financial year of 21-22. The total allocation under the scheme in financial year 21-22 was 50,000 crore rupees. Further, central government has enhanced the budget under Jal Jeevan Mission for financial year 22-23. This budget is now 60,000 crore rupees, that is 10,000 crore rupees more than the last year's allocation that had been done. Now, next news event is that the Minister of Finance has decided to keep the interest rates have been kept unchanged on small savings schemes or post office schemes for quarter 1 of financial year 22-23, that is April to June 2022. Interest rates on various instruments have been kept between 4 to 7.6%. Let's have a look at them for this year's examination. So, savings deposit 4% interest annually, 1 year time deposit 5.5% quarterly, 2-year time deposit 5.5% quarterly, 3-year time deposit 5.5% quarterly, 5-year 6.7% quarterly, 5-year RDs 5.8% again quarterly, senior citizen savings scheme 7.4% quarterly and paid, monthly income account 6.6% monthly and paid, national savings certificate 6.8% annually, PPF 7.1% annually, and Kisan Vikas Patra 6.9% annually. Union Cabinet chaired by the Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji has approved a hike in dearness allowance or DA to central government employees and dearness relief to pension by 3%, that is now 34% over the existing rate of 31%. The hike will be effective from 1st of January 2022 to compensate for the inflation that has taken place. The combined impact on exchequer on account of both DA and DR is going to be 9,554.50 crore rupees per annum, and this is in accordance based on the recommendations of the 7th Central Pay Commission. Reserve Bank of India has set limit for ways and means advances for central government for the first half of financial year 22-23, that is from April 2022 to September 2022. It has been kept at 1,50,000 crore rupees. Reserve Bank may trigger fresh flotation of market loans when Government of India utilizes 75% of the WMA limit. Now, what is the interest on WMA or overdraft? On WMA, the interest is going to be the repo rate, and in overdraft, what is the interest rate? When a government takes an overdraft, then the interest is repo rate plus 2%. Whatever the current repo rate is, 2% above that. Reserve Bank of India has advised banks to consider using lockable cassettes in their ATM, which shall be swapped at the time of cash replenishment. Banks are directed to implement lockable cassettes swap in a phased manner such that at least 1/3 ATMs operated by them is covered every year, while all ATMs receive cassette swap by 31st of March 2021. Now, RBI has extended the timeline on its implementation for 31st of March 2023 now. So it was 2021, now this deadline was increased till 2022 first, and then now it has been extended till 2023. Tech giant Google Pay has launched Tap to Pay for UPI, which is a new functionality to bring the seamless convenience of Tap to Pay to UPI or Unified Payment Interface, and it has been launched in collaboration with Pine Labs. Central Board of Direct Taxes signed 62 advance pricing agreements with Indian taxpayers in 2021-22 financial year, including 13 bilateral APAs and 49 unilateral APAs. Manila-based Asian Development Bank has signed an agreement with HSBC India to establish $100 million partial guarantee program to support micro borrowers with special weightage to women-run micro enterprises across India. So HSBC will expand its lending in the microfinance institutions and the non-banking finance companies, and it's going to expectedly support more than 4 lakh borrowers, and aggregated finance equivalent to $30 million will be dispersed to 3 MFIs across India by April 2022. Tech giant Microsoft has launched a new digital and inclusive platform for startup founders in India on 31st of March. The platform is called Microsoft for Startups Founders Hub in India. It's going to support startup founders in India at every stage of their startup journey. The platform is going to offer 300,000 worth of benefits and credits to startups, including the free access to the technology, tools and resources for the platform. 20th edition of bilateral naval exercise between Indian Navy and French Navy called Varuna is being conducted in Arabian Sea. The bilateral naval exercise is being held since 1993 and the name Varun was christened in the year 2001. The famous living root bridges found in northeastern state of Meghalaya have been included in the tentative list of UNESCO's World Heritage Site. It has included in the title list as Jinking Jri Living Root Bridge Cultural Landscape of Meghalaya, and this is going to be a very important movement for the northeast of India for increasing the tourism of the northeastern of India. Directorate General of Foreign Trade DGFT under Ministry of Commerce and Industry announced the extension in the existing foreign trade policy to 2015 to 20 by another 6 months till September 30 to ensure policy continuity in case of an external trade. This is the 4th extension that has been given to foreign trade policy. Chief Justice of India N.V. Ramanaji launched a software called Faster, or Fast and Secure Transmission of Electronic Records, to transmit the court orders securely and swiftly via electronic mode for quicker communication of the judicial orders. So via this, court officials will be able to instantly send the e-copies of orders via a secure electronic form of communication channel to the intended parties. Matlab Software has been launched on the iSTEM National Portal free of cost by the Office of Principal Scientific Advisor, Government of India, under the aegis of Prime Minister Science, Technology and Innovation Advisory Council, to promote and support the research and development efforts of students and researchers across the country. Now, this is basically for better promotion of research and development. Pritam Siwach Academy Sonepat has won the Under 19 Khelo India Women's Hockey League, which was conducted in Lucknow. Paytm has started Buy Now Pay Later service for IRCTC customers to book train tickets online and pay later for that. Axis Bank is set to acquire Citibank India's retail asset of $1.6 million. Hindustan Unilever's Dapada plant in Dadar and Nagar Haveli has become the first consumer goods factory to be recognized as the Advanced Fourth Industrial Revolution Lighthouse by the World Economic Forum. Sterlite Power received a letter of intent to set up electricity transmission project in Jammu and Kashmir recently. National list on essential medicines is set to get costlier from 1st of April as the National Pharmaceutical Pricing Authority or Drug Pricing Authority has allowed the companies to hike prices up to 10.8%. That is, the medications are going to be more costly now. Combines index of 8 core industries has been increased by 5.8% as per the index of the February 2021. The combined index, it's a combined index. The 8 core industries were coal, crude oil, natural gas, refinery products, fertilizers, steel, cement, and electricity. Now, in these 8 core industries, they comprise 40% of the weight of items included in the index of industrial production. It stood at 137.1 for February 2022. 137.1 for February 2022. And the index was released by Office of Economic Advisor, Department for Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade, DPIIT. National Dairy Development Board and National Bee Board collectively organized a national conclave on production of beeswax. Now, the objective of the conclave was to create awareness about the high value beekeeping products like bee wax, pollen, royal jelly, bee venom, etc. And it was supported by NAFED and TriFed together. Chief of Naval Staff presented the Best Marching Contingent Trophy for Republic Day Parade 2022 to personnel of Naval Contingent. This is the first time that Indian Navy contingent has been adjudged as the winner alone. Normally it is with some other force contingent. This year the contingent was led by Lieutenant Cadet Achal Sharma and Lieutenant Shubham Sharma. Professor Ashutoshkumar ji has been appointed as the first guest professor of T.N. Sheshan Chair at India International Institute of Democracy and Election Management, New Delhi, to make his contribution to research activities in the field of electoral studies and election management. Mumbai International Cruise Terminal, an iconic sea cruise terminal, is set up by BPX Indira Dock by July 2024. Darshan V. Jardoshi, Union Minister for State for Textiles and Railway, inaugurated the 53rd edition of IHGF Delhi Fair 2022, which is being held at India Expo Center and Mart in Greater Noida Expressway. ONGC is going to commercialize Vindhyan Basin in Madhya Pradesh for gas production, making it ONGC's 8th basin and 9th production basin in India. Central government has withdrawn AFSPA from parts of state of Assam, Tripura and Nagaland recently. These were the news events, some important highlights of the past days. Now we'll be going through a few questions about the news events we have just talked about, so you get an idea about how the questions can be framed. First is, who was the winner of Under 19 Khelo India Women's Hockey League? So Women's Hockey League was won by Preetam Siwach Academy of Sonepat. Recently, which fintech company has launched Tap to Pay feature in collaboration with Pine Labs? Now, Tap to Pay feature for UPI has been launched by Google Pay along with Pine Labs. Which consumer goods company factory has been recognized as Advanced Fourth Industrial Revolution Lighthouse by the World Economic Forum recently? So, World Economic Forum has recognized the Hindustan Unilever factory, which is in, now here you also need to know where it is, a Dapada plant in Dadar and Nagar Haveli, which has been given this title. Which among the following is not a part of the 8 core industries? Now the 8 core industries were based on the combined index of 8 core industries. Now in that, the 8 core industries, we had coal, yes. We had fertilizers, yes. We had chemical, or we had steel. Now we have only two options. Out of these, steel was there, chemicals was not there. It is not a part of that. Who organized the National Conclave on Production of Beeswax? Now, National Conclave on the production of beeswax was by both 1 and 2, was organized by both National Dairy Development Board and National Bee Board, that is both 1 and 2. for the promotion of production of beeswax. Who won the best marching contingent trophy for 2022 Republic Day parade? Now this time, for the first time, Navy had won it alone. There was no supporting partner. They were the sole winners of it. Who has been selected as the first guest professor at TN Session Chair? Now in the TN Session Chair, the first guest professor is Professor Ashutoshkumar. What is the naval exercise between Indian and French navies called? So between Indian and French navies, the exercise is called as Varuna exercise. Which public sector undertaking commercialized the Vindhya Basin recently? So Vindhya Basin has been commercialized by ONGC recently. Which fintech company recently started buy now pay later service for IRCTC portal? So for IRCTC portal, it is Paytm which has launched the buy now pay later service. With this, we'll be winding up this segment. I hope this session has been helpful for all of you. We'll see you in the next video with more news events. Till then, have a great day ahead.